All right, so the last time I talked to y'all, the end result went the other way as Memphis had their undefeated streak within AAC play ended by Temple last Thursday. But they were able to rebound from that loss by defeating you know Charlotte the other day yesterday by a score of 77-68. And as a result of that, the question was, will Memphis be able to keep their top 25 ranking? And they were able to do that. They were able to do that. They weren't kicked all the way out of the top 25 ranking, but they did fell a couple of spots down. They went from being the 18th ranked team in the country to the 24th ranked team in the country in the Associated Press top 25 poll, the AP poll. But in the coaches poll, they fell from I believe it was 19 in the country to they fell um, yeah 18 in the country to the 22nd ranked team in the country. So they fell, five spots down in the coaches poll, and they dropped by like six spots down in the Associated Press polls to the 20. So right now they're the 24th ranked team in the country. So what this tells you, right? It's kind of similar to how it was last year. Um, it's saying that they're saying that the voters are saying that they still, view Memphis as a really good basketball team. They view Memphis as a team that can, is going to qualify for the NCAA tournament. They view Memphis as a team that can win the AAC tournament and become conference champions. But as many of you already know, and I'm bringing back up what happened last year. These polls, these rankings will give you grace. They'll give you second chances to redeem yourself. They won't put you out of the rankings altogether, but you have to take care of business because if you have another tempo issue on your hands again, who knows if the Tigers are going to get back into the top 25, regardless of what they do. And Memphis plays in a league that if you don't, put out the fires, if you don't take care of business, if you don't go out there and overwhelm teams, your opponent, and you allow them to get back in the games, you allow them to pull off upsets, it's going to happen. Memphis is going to get everybody's A game in this conference, and that's because of what Memphis presents. The biggest NIL budget in the conference, could get the best players, the notoriety. The fan, you got the back end of the fan base, you got the steep tradition, you have all that stuff compared to these other schools in the conference. So they look at that as motivation, and every arena you go to, so far, you're gonna have a whiteout, or whatever you want to call it, a whiteout game, a packed house. You saw it in the Charlotte game. You saw it in the Temple game. But you gotta go out there and take care of business. You can't go out there and not be focused, not be locked in because they will cause you. And Memphis, even though I know Memphis has elite talent on their team, upper echelon players and all that, they still can be beaten. They still can be beaten by these teams that have been together for a couple of years, that have veteran talent on it. And some of these teams, well, a lot of these teams are not going to be nowhere near an AAC title, or going to be nowhere near um, Selection Sunday. Because if you look at the bracketology of the brackets right now, by regardless of which college basketball analyst you may follow, you don't see no other team from the AAC placed within these brackets unless it's Memphis. That's it. You know what I'm saying? So they got to continue to beat these teams. You know what I'm saying? And if you look at the standings right now in the conference, you look at the full standings right now. It's starting to heat up. We're starting to identify who the really good teams are in the AAC right now. We're starting to figure that out. You know what I'm saying? You got at the top right now. You got Temple at with a 4-1 record. Right now, you got Memphis in second place. North Texas 4-1. They continue to be a really good team. UAB quiet as kept. UAB has won 4 straight games and have placed themselves back into contention in the AAC right now. And Tulane, you know all about Tulane. You know how Tulane is when it comes to playing against Memphis. They show up. You know what I'm saying? But right now, at the top, I think the top 4 teams in this conference is Temple, Memphis, North Texas, and UAB. And I think there's a chance, significant chance, that you're going to see North Texas again in the AAC tournament. I really do. I think at one point, Rice had looked like there was going to be a factor this season. They're starting to cool off because they have lost 4 straight. But teams like North Texas, UAB, maybe Temple, they're starting to get better. Temple has won 3 straight. Because if you got to take care of business, and the next 2 games for Memphis is huge, in my opinion. These are some huge games. You know what I'm saying? For many different reasons. You know what I mean? Because right now you just beat Charlotte, right? You're able to keep your ranking, your top 25 ranking. You got 2 back-to-back games against teams that are over 500. Wichita State, Thursday night matchup, 6 o'clock tip off, FedEx Forum. Then I think then on Saturday, on Sunday, I think this is a huge matchup, man. I think UAB is going to be playing for this season. Donald, you know what I'm saying? I know they could still, gain some momentum down the stretch, but this could be a game that can, catapult them really seriously back into AAC/NCAA tournament conversation, because they were picked as the preseason favorite to win the AAC tournament, the AAC title in the preseason. And that was just based on the talent that they assembled, the players that they bring back a significant portion of their roster from last season that was really good. You know what I'm saying? So that's going to be a huge matchup, in my opinion. And it's huge for Memphis because, I think if you lose either one of these games, I'm not so sure that they're going to pretty much bounce Memphis out of the top 25. You know what I'm saying? So that's why, to me, I think it's imperative that they win both of these games. You know what I'm saying? And you lose one, you still probably going to be a team that qualifies for the NCAA tournament, but you're gonna go from the seed you're at right now to a 9th seed, a 8th seed, maybe even a 10th seed. Who knows? So they have to continue to stack these wins, and I know they're gonna get everybody's A game, man. Right now, the program, Memphis basketball, is stepping into a minefield right now in the AAC. That's what it is right now. And if they don't tread lightly, this thing could spiral out of control the entire season. Because what happened last year, man, was brutal. Because you had the praise of the national press. You had a NCAA tournament berth within reach, but that one bad night, cold winter night at FedEx Forum against South Florida, where you blew a 20-point lead that flipped your season upside down. You know, and outside of beating Charlotte, You won games by at least 4 points. No Texas, you won by four. East Carolina, you won by four. Against Temple, you lost by seven. You beat Charlotte by nine. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, man. You gotta go out there and take care of business. Real talk. You gotta take care of business. Just stack wins, bro. Stack wins. You better. They have the roster, man, that could win these games. You know what I'm saying? It's not. I mean, I know. I felt as though when they put out that story that um, Memphis was projected to win the remaining games in the AAC, I knew this wasn't gonna happen, man. I know there was gonna come a time where they fall short in one of these games. But you know, I mean, even though they won the game, they won those games against North Texas and East Carolina. Kind of give me some cause for concern to a certain extent. But maybe that win yesterday against Charlotte could get them back on track. So we'll see how it all play out, man. But right now, in both polls, in the men's college basketball polls, top 25, the Associated Press, Memphis is ranked goes from 18 to 25 to 24, and the coaches poll they go from they fall 5 spots down to the 27th ranked team in the country. So they still view Memphis as a really good team, but they have to go out there and show that they deserve to be ranked in the top 25 by winning these games. And I think if they continue to do that, they could be in a good spot going forward. So we'll see how it all play out. All right, so we're looking at the bracketology post for this week. For the last couple of days. This is the last one that was put out by Joe Lenardi on January 17th. And he has Memphis in the Midwest region as a 6 seed. So prior to this, a few days ago, Memphis was a 5th seed. And even in some other people's brackets, they had Memphis as a 3rd seed. High as a 3rd seed. So that's how, that's how people viewed Memphis as one of a 3rd seed is really good. You know what I'm saying? But now they're falling back to at least a 6 seed. And they're playing in the Midwest region with teams like Ole Miss, Iowa, Texas, maybe Illinois, Alabama, St. John's, Southern, Missouri, Pittsburgh, Iowa State. Has a number one seed right now. So the chances are high that you're gonna rematch with one of these teams. And in Alabama, you played in the preseason. He beat Ole Miss a few weeks ago. Missouri you beat to start the season. So there's that. And then Jerry Palm's poll, or not poll, his bracketology post, he has Memphis as a 6 seed as well, playing in the Midwest region, where his has the same teams: Alabama, got UConn in there, Illinois, Ole Miss, Kansas, Georgia, Michigan State, a team that you beat in the Mile Invitational, North Carolina. So that's a really highly competitive bracket right here, the Midwest region. So you fall from one or two spots in a few analyst bracket. Oh well. What's falling one spot gonna do? Really affect you, but it is what it is. So um, the committee, the board members, the voters, they give Memphis some grace and kept them as a ranked team. So, but they got to go out this Thursday against Wichita State and win this game. So we'll see how it all play out down the stretch. All right, that's all I have for y'all for right now. This was a quick rundown of what's been going on with Memphis basketball. They won their game yesterday against Charlotte after falling short in that Thursday night defeat to Temple. They remain in the top 25 as a 22nd ranked team in one poll and 24th ranked team in the other. So we'll see how it all play out down the stretch. That's all I have for y'all for right now. Give me a like, comment, subscribe to the channel. What are your thoughts on how the team has been playing so far? And check out sportsview360.com for the latest content of the Memphis Tigers football and basketball program. Have a blessed day. Peace. I'm out.